Marilyse, firstly, welcome back onto the podcast. Of course, we done one in October to speak about your time on Married at First Sight, but how are you?
I'm really good, thank you again for having me again. It's been a crazy year since last year, and I just cannot believe that a year has passed by already, and here we are.
It's,
Madness.
it's absolutely crazy just how quickly time flies now. And my first question was actually going to be, obviously, it's been a year, so how does it feel for you now? A new series is on, and you're actually watching it after taking part in the experiment yourself.
Oh, do you know what? We all relate so much to probably every single person on the new series, what they're going through, how they're feeling. And it's not just now, it was obviously before the show came on air, and it'll be continuous afterwards. But do you know what? It's so nice to watch it from a different point of view because we don't have to go through all the nerves and anxiety of like what they're going to show. We can actually sit back and enjoy it. So I have found it really entertaining, and I am addicted to it. I'm not going to lie.
Same with me, but it's different because obviously I'm just an average viewer. But you being on it, you can sort of like sense what's coming and what the
Yeah, yeah.
contestants are going to go through. And
Yeah, so we kind of know week by week what's next. So we can kind of like guess beforehand what they're going to do that week. And it is just insane to watch because obviously these guys have no idea what they're going to show. And I know that they're all probably really nervous right now. But yeah, I just can't believe that we went through that. And it just feels like a dream. It doesn't feel like we actually did it now. And it feels like ages ago. It doesn't feel like it was just last year. Like
yeah,
some people say to me, oh, it was a couple of years ago. And I'm like, no, it was last year. Like it was shown. So yeah,
it's
all mad.
it's certainly crazy. But within that year, that's what I was going to ask. Obviously, you've been through it, and these people are going to go through the same now. It's on the TV, and when they come out and everything. Within this year, how much do you feel your life sort of differed? Like with
Mm.
a lot more, like being in the public eye a lot more and everything.
Yeah, it is a bit. I wouldn't say we're massively in the public eye. I'd say we are, but not obviously as much as some people. I think like everyone handles it differently. And to be honest, it's been absolutely fine. There's been no problems whatsoever. I've enjoyed it. I'm back working, doing what I always do and what I love. And I just feel like life has improved since doing the show. And I'm happy. I was happy before, but I'm happy now as well. So not a lot of difference, but it has kind of made things better. So yeah, and I've made new friends, and that's like for me the most important thing about it all is I've got friends that I'm going to have forever from the show, and we've got a special bond because we all went through that together. So we'll always have that between us, and we've always got something to talk about, and reminisce about.
So is the whole group from last year still quite close then? I imagine.
I think that everyone's kind of gone off in different directions, which is understandable. Everyone's got completely different lives. They live at different parts of the country, but but have bonded with some more than others. Not saying that I don't get on with any of the others because I do, and when I see them, I love to like catch up with them. But I do have like my close people
Yeah,
that I see and speak to weekly, if not sometimes daily.
because I
Yeah.
think I think that's sort of the case with any show because initially everybody's going to be quite close, but
Mhm.
then as time goes on, people are going to sort of move into separate bubbles and
Yeah, that's true.
be
And
closer
it'll
to.
happen for the
Yeah,
new guys. It'll happen for the new guys. They'll all be the same. They'll all be quite close now, and then they'll start drifting off. But it's just life, isn't it?
yeah, certainly. And speaking of your good friends from the show, I know every Sunday at 9 o'clock, if I'm right, you do Wine O'Clock with Matt from last year's
Yeah.
series. Also, do you want to speak a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we each week we're having a special celebrity maths fan come and join us, and we're just basically it's quite relaxed. We're just having conversations about what they think about the show so far and who's their favourites and just things like that. It's just real laid back, and it's just nice to have a catch up and just see what they feel about the show, and it's nice to know that like how invested other people are as well. So and it's yeah, and we've got special guests lined up for the next few weeks. So, but I can't say who yet. So
I think people will have to keep looking at your
they'll
Instagram
have
to
to
find
tune in
find that
at
out.
8
Yeah.
p.m. on a Sunday. Yes, definitely.
I think it's a fantastic idea, and it just gets everybody engaging together.
Yeah, and the good thing about it is it's on an hour before the after show on a Sunday at 9 p.m. So we're at 8 p.m. So it's nice to kind of do that and then turn the phone off and watch it on the TV.
Yeah. See if anybody's got the same opinion.
Yeah. It's
So,
crazy. Like you kind of gossip about it now. Like last year, I wasn't gossiping about our series. I was more like on edge, and then this year we're like, oh yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you'll have had people constantly asking you the questions, but now you can actually say stuff to people and say what you think of this year's series.
Yeah, you don't realize how invested people are into it. I had
Yeah.
no idea. And then this year, I'm just like one of everybody else that's gossiping about it and things.
So we'll do exactly that now, and we'll start talking about all the action of this year's series so far.
Go
So
on.
we're 2 weeks in, and I think before the show even started, there was something that promised more drama than ever before. And I think we've certainly seen a lot of drama in the first 2 weeks.
Definitely.
What are your thoughts on it, Marilyse?
You know what? The drama keeps you gripped. Like, I must admit, like, the drama is so entertaining. I didn't realize how entertaining drama was, as well as obviously seeing loved up couples. But yeah, I think it's great. I've just been so invested into it, where I'm just like, can't wait to see the next episode, and can't believe what some of them are saying. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she just said that, or he just said that. So yeah, it's exciting, and it makes you just want to watch the next episode, and you could just binge watch it if you could. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, especially with it only being on Monday to Thursday. When you get to that Thursday episode and then it's not on for 3 days.
I know you actually miss it. You're like, oh, what am I going to do tonight?
Especially when it's been teased to have something which is quite dramatic coming up as well.
Yeah, exactly. They always leave that till the end of the episode.
Of course, it all starts off with the weddings, when you'll have been through it when you've seen Frankie for the first time, and these guys will have too. What would you say is the most intense part of the experiment?
Oh gosh, the most intense. I think all of it is intense. I'm not gonna lie, every single part of it, but just in worse volumes and more like others. I'd say it is really intense when you're about to obviously meet your partner, because you're just like, oh my God, like this is it now. This is like where all eyes are on me, all eyes are on how I'm feeling, like my expressions and everything. Am I gonna like him? Is he gonna like me? It is nerve-wracking. I mean, I think getting married to someone that you love must be nerve-wracking. Never mind doing it with a stranger.
Yeah. Because it's obviously somebody who you've never ever seen before. So
and not only that, you've got to spend the next few weeks with them as well. So you've got to have some kind of bond or some kind of like chemistry to be able to continue with each other. Otherwise, it's going to be super awkward. So yeah.
And I know you won't have done this because usually the bride comes in second, but for the person who's going in when both families are sat there, I think it must be hard for that person.
Oh yeah, I can't even imagine that. Like getting up, walking in front of your own family and then your partner's family, and just like having to say hi to everybody, and then standing there for probably an hour before the bride comes in. Oh, I do feel sorry for every groom that I watch that's going through that.
Because I sort of think I like it when they do break the ice and say hello to each other. Like the two families will say hello to each other, then the groom will say hello to the families too, and sort of like break the awkwardness.
Break the ice, definitely. Yeah, I mean, but they're so nervous as well, aren't they? Like you can see that they're so nervous, and they're trying obviously to like handle seeing the family for the first time and then being prepared to meet in like the bride. So they have got a hard job, these guys.
Definitely. What we're going to do now is we're going to go through couple by couple and speak about thoughts on all of them. I'll have to admit that I have got a sheet in front of me, so I get these names right.
I probably wouldn't be able to remember everybody off my head,
especially only after the first couple of weeks. So we'll start off with, in my opinion, probably the strongest couple in there at the minute, which is Shanita and Jordan.
Yeah.
I think Shanita's a lovely girl, and I think Jordan's a really nice guy too. And I think they've really connected so
Yeah.
far. And I think they're the two. Who, if you asked the question, who do you think's the most loved up? I think you'd probably say them two at the minute, wouldn't you?
Yes, they are so cute, and the way they just smile all the time at each other. They do remind me a lot of Adam and Taya, like
Yeah.
massively. Especially Jordan, he does remind me of Adam a lot. And they're just cute, aren't they? They're cute, they're innocent, they're happy, they're smiley, they're just loving. They're loving their journey together, and it's really exciting to see how far they're going to go, and if they obviously make it to the end. But I've got high hopes for them. I think they're going to be. I think they are going to make it. I do in my head. I think they are.
I do as well because I think they're both quite similar people too, and they
Yeah,
both really are looking for this. They've probably got a lot in common, which is probably helping them.
and the initial attraction, they were both attracted to each other
Yeah,
straight away. I think they're going to have an easy ride. I don't think they're going to have any interferences or anything like that.
it's quite hard to sort of say a lot about them at the minute because they're just doing really well, and
Yeah,
everybody's got high hopes for them. And I think that if they keep going the way they are, they probably will make it to the end.
yeah. I think they'll be really. I think they've got potential to be really strong and go far on the outside. So we'll just have to watch his space, won't we, and see.
And see what happens with them.
Yeah, I'm excited for them, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they grow each week for sure.
And hopefully they can get through it and make it right to the end.
Yeah, yeah, and more so, yeah, outside.
Next one, I've put a little bit more of a controversial one with Thomas and Adrian.
Oh, I love
So,
that. They're so funny.
so one minute I think they love each other, but then the next minute I think they hate each other.
You know what? It feels like they've known each other for years, or they've been together for
Yeah,
years. They're literally, like they're comfortable around. They seem comfortable around each other, but then they just bicker, don't they? So, in fact, they are one of the most entertaining couples on there.
oh,
And
without
it's
without a
Thomas.
doubt.
Do you know what? It's both of them. I can't even say it's one more than the other. It's both of them when they're together, like the way they just like storm off from each other and
Yeah, I feel like it's almost like they've been a married couple for years.
yeah,
They're just getting at each other's throats
yeah,
constantly.
yeah, getting on each other's nerves.
Yeah,
But then again, when you think about it, how many days have they actually been together? They've been together for quite a while. Got married, they've gone on the honeymoon, they've moved into the apartments or whatever. So they've probably been together a lot longer than what we feel they have. And
yeah.
you do get under each other's like skins, you know what I mean? When you're with someone 24/7. So that could be a contribution of how they're feeling or whatever.
I think they're probably two really different people as well
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can
because
see that.
Thomas is really outgoing, but I feel Adrian's probably someone who's quite chilled and relaxed and
Yeah,
quite a
yeah.
quiet person.
To track, don't they? So just
Yeah.
I don't know how far that goes.
So what's your prediction for them? And
Oh,
do,
I
do you
don't think
think
that
that it's
will last, if I'm honest. I
I,
mean, it'd be great if they did, but yeah, I don't think they will. But maybe they'll remain friends. I don't know,
yeah,
but I don't know who will be the first to kind of leave. I'm probably Adrian. I don't know. I don't know
yeah,
because they kind of equally get pissed off of each other, don't they? So
yeah?
you can't really predict it right now.
Because last night as well, when they fell out over a totally different matter, which wasn't even their
I know.
business, it
And he
it
was
just
like,
goes,
"Oh, it's the what did he sort of say? The Thomas show or something." I can't
yeah,
remember.
yeah, yeah. And I think Thomas is like that sort of person who wants to express his opinion, and I
Yeah, but I
think
think I think some of Thomas's opinions are, most of them are actually right. What he says, he just doesn't stop. He kind of like can't stop himself for saying what he thinks, and I think what he says is more or less true. He's so yeah, I do. That's why I like Thomas. I think it's great.
so with them, I think it's sort of you say they won't last. I think that could be the outcome, but I think it's 50. We'll have to see how they get on over the
Yeah,
next week.
obviously we have no idea. Like I'd love to know, but it's exciting to just see. You never know what could happen.
One question is, I'll just break up. Are the cast members allowed to follow each other on social media whilst the show's going on?
They're not supposed to unless the rules have changed since we did it last year. But I know that we weren't allowed to until afterwards.
Yeah,
But I
go-
mean, some people like to break the rules, so
yeah. It gives an impression of who might have fell out and who might have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good point. I might have to check it out.
yeah, yeah.
Just thought,
You certainly do look on it. Yeah. The,
yeah.
the next one I feel is a couple that could work out. Lara and Richie.
Oh, honestly, they're so sweet as well. What do you think about them? What's your opinion?
I think I think they've got a lot in common because when she was on her VT, she said she wanted an indie rock and roller, which
Mm,
Richie gives that impression because of like his sort of image, and he's been in a
yeah,
heavy rock band before, which she'll probably like. So there's a lot in common there, and I feel like there's similar age too, so I feel like they could really work out. I think the one thing that Lara's probably got doubts about at the minute is probably because he's had no past experience of a relationship,
yeah, yeah.
which he
I agree.
probably, yeah, which he's
Yeah,
probably got a lot to learn about. But I think that they could get on really well.
yeah, I think so. But I think that with Lara, she doesn't like to be too too kind of like claustrophobic. Do you know what I mean? Like she
Yeah,
likes space, and I think he really, really likes her. And I think he thinks that she likes him back as much as he likes her. But I think she's more of a slow burner. So I feel
yeah,
like she's holding back, and then she's finding it a bit overpowering. But he just seems really happy. Like I think he feels like all his Christmases have come at once for Lara. So
yeah.
but yeah, I'd like to see how they get on and how their journey goes. But I don't know. I'm not too sure how I feel about them. If I think they're going to last or not. We'll just have to keep watching and keep obviously keeping our fingers crossed for them, because I think it would be nice if they did go the distance. Because obviously they are a little bit older and they do like want to settle down. But we'll have to just wait and see.
Because I think he's like when you watch it and see some of the ways that he's holding her and everything, I think he
Yeah,
is quite clingy onto her,
he's quite
which
affectionate, isn't he?
yeah, which probably is a good thing, but maybe he's got a bit to learn because he's had no
Yeah,
past experience. And
yeah.
but
I think it's a bit too much too soon for Lara.
I think with them two, they could work out, but he's probably going to learn a lot along the way.
Yeah, yeah. I think he needs to slow down a little bit and maybe think about how Lara is, or maybe speak to Lara about how she's feeling. And like,
Yeah,
I don't think she's been as open with him as she could, because probably she doesn't want to upset him or something. You
yeah.
know?
Like for example, on the sofa last night when she told Paul about I can't remember what it was again, but then Richie said about how that's the first time he's heard it from Lara.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
maybe, yeah,
yeah. I heard that. Yeah, I can't remember what it was about. What was it about? She said that he. Can't remember, what did they say?
I'm just trying to think.
I think it was something to do with his not really seeing that I'm okay or whatever, something like that. I can't
Yeah,
remember. Watch it
yeah.
again.
So, yeah, we'll have to see
We'll have
what
to
that
watch
one
it
was.
again.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
watch it. It's not on tonight, so we'll watch it again just
yeah.
to.
Catch up on it.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
the next two are Keisha and Kwame. What do you
Oh yeah.
think
Do you know what?
about
I
them?
loved their wedding day. I thought it was. I just thought she looked absolutely stunning, and he's a good-looking guy as well. And I just thought their wedding day was just beautiful. Like, yeah, they just looked amazing together. As soon as they saw each other, I just thought they really, really look well together.
It's it's a hard one for me because I think when you watched the honeymoon, how they were then, I think she was really into him.
Oh yeah.
But whether he is into her back's another question because a lot of the
Mm.
time when he gets asked about things, he sort of beats around the bush a little bit and doesn't answer directly.
Yeah. I agree. I think if he liked her more, he would move a bit quicker with her. And I think
Yeah,
he's like really slow because he wants his obviously feelings to grow towards her. He wants to get to know her and fall for her that way. But yeah, you can tell that she is well up for getting to know him. And it's a shame if they don't open up to each other and get to know each other, because I think that they could if they've obviously been matched for a reason, haven't they? So
yeah.
if they open up and get to know each other more, they could see that they might have more in common or than what they think. So,
Because I guess there's two different types of people. There's someone who might fall in love really easily, but there is slow burners. And then
yeah,
slow burners, it's hard to sort of have a dig at them and call
Yeah,
them out, because it is a hard experiment. And like you say, marrying someone who you love is going to be tough, but then
yeah,
doing it to a stranger,
yeah. It's crazy because you can look at the show in two ways. You can look at it and think, well, you went on the show, so and you've gone and got married, kind of. But then you can also see it as like it's someone that you've met for the first time and you've got to go slow. You know, you can't just rush into this kind of thing. So yeah, just have to see how they play it out and how far they go. And they've obviously got loads of like tasks that they have to do. So they've got to do a lot more bonding than what we've seen so far just from the honeymoon. So we've got all that to come, haven't we?
yeah, and we'll certainly see how they pan out, because you always do get a couple who sort of grow into it as the
Yeah. I
series
mean,
goes on.
exactly. Like it's so early days. There could be, you know, that couple, for instance, could actually gel together and we could see them going far. So
We'll
it's
see what
exciting.
happens.
I can't wait.
See what happens with them.
Yes.
The next two is Zoe and Jenna.
Yeah. Zoe and Gemma. Jenna, not
Yeah,
Gemma. If I
I
said that, I always
think
called Jenna.
I think there has been potential signs there, but
Mm.
I think there's a one thing which is going to really get in the way of them two, which is Jenna's a
Really
vegan,
good. Do you
and
think? Do you think it will?
Zoe really likes her meat,
Yeah, I
as
don't
she
know if that's
said.
like maybe just like a kind of storyline for them
Yeah,
though. That maybe it's not as big deal as what I don't know they're making out.
there
Not
was
them, obviously the show, but I think I love this couple. I think they're so well suited. You can see as soon as they first saw each other, there was attraction, there was a spark, there was chemistry. They were so happy, so natural, and you couldn't it's a bit like Matt and Dan really, like you can't really imagine one without the other. I think it would probably
yeah,
come to that stage. But yeah, the whole vegan thing, I mean, I'm vegetarian and I think that I don't have a problem with people that eat meat,
yeah,
but if they turned vegetarian obviously I'd be more than happy, but
yeah.
yeah, so
It's
I do see where Jenna's coming from.
I agree. I think they are a really good couple, and I think they could have the potential because they're well matched and they really probably do suit each other. But I think if they can probably get over that barrier, if
Yeah,
they
of
can
course.
if they can get over the diet barrier, I think they could be okay.
Yeah, because I guess there is going to be people out there who are vegan who doesn't want to be put with someone that eats meat, because obviously they're completely against it. So, yeah, we'll have to see who actually changes or whether they compromise and whether they just agree to eat like separate meals. And
Yeah,
yeah,
just
I must
not.
admit that if I'm with a
Yeah.
guy and he's sat there eating a big juicy steak, I always think afterwards, please go and brush your teeth. Don't brush your teeth.
So well, I think they could work, but we'll have to see how everything
Yeah,
works out in
I
that
think
situation.
Jenna and Zoe could work, and I just think they're so cute. They're so cute. I'd love to meet them actually. I'd love to like go for a drink with them or something.
Yeah,
I
maybe
think they'll be
you'll be able
fun.
to do that after the show.
Yeah, I'd love to.
The next couple is Jess and PJ.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on
Ooh.
them?
Oh gosh, I think that Jess is being. I think she's being honest. I think she's saying, you know what, don't fancy him. I can't help the way I feel. I'll see how it goes and get to know him, and hopefully the spark will come that way, which is understandable. I think PJ does like her, but I think he needs to be a bit more kind of stronger about how he feels. Like surely you can't like somebody that much if they're not into you back. You've got to
Yeah,
kind of got to be a there's got to be a return somewhere. So I think that I don't know, I think he needs to put his barriers up a bit more and like say to her, not like just kind of he's kind of happy to just kind of be there, isn't he? And just
yeah.
please have me kind of thing. But yeah, I think she's quite a strong girl, isn't she, as well? So I don't think she's going to do anything she doesn't want to do. And by rights, you shouldn't, should you? So
I think what them two need to do is just sit down together and watch the whole Harry Potter trilogy. You know,
yeah,
I think,
then they can connect that way.
yeah,
They'll
then they'd
have
probably
so much.
really be into each
That
other.
is
By
such a good idea. That is such a
yeah,
good idea to just like watch it for like full weekend, and then
Yeah, and then
by
just
the end of it, they'll be so in love with each other.
I think what the producer should have done was send them to Harry Potter World for their honeymoon.
Yes. Oh my God. Do you know what? If they go to that bar and they go to like, I don't know, the last dates or whatever, maybe that's where they'll go.
Maybe, and I think it would be a fantastic idea if
Yeah.
that's not
Yeah.
what they did do.
Yeah. Do you know what? I've never seen a single Harry Potter in my life.
I've seen them when I was younger, but
Yeah. I need to. Yeah.
yeah,
Everyone like goes on about it.
yeah. I feel though with them too. Apart from doing that, I feel that he maybe does need to be a bit more open about how he feels.
Yeah, I feel like he's being too easy, like too easy for her. Like he needs to be a bit more like, you need to work for me kind of thing. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean? It's like it seems to be all about him having to work to try and get her. And I think it should be him trying to like say, well, do you know what? I have barriers and standards as well. And I just think it should be that way as well. And maybe should like him more if he does have that kind of barrier, not
yeah.
barrier, I call it, don't know what the word is. I think she might like him more. She might find it more attractive that he's like playing a bit hard to get rather than just being so open. Well, not so open, but so like there for her.
And I think another thing which was a big barrier was his job.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. His job.
I think she probably had a lot of doubts over that too.
Yeah, I do get what she's saying now. She's explained it in detail about I want to be with somebody who I can see on a weekend and on an evening. I don't want to think, oh my God, he's in a club doing this with girls all around him.
Yeah,
I do get that. I do get that.
So with them, I feel maybe like you say, Marilyse, she needs to be a little bit stronger and maybe
that's the word.
A bit hard to get, and then maybe she will grow into him a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely, and just maybe talk more to each other.
Yeah,
not just be like, oh yeah, I like you. It needs to be more like open, if you know what I mean.
I feel there's a few couples that could really do with sitting down and sort of sussing each other's thoughts out and really getting to know how each other feel about each other.
Yeah, but it is an intense experiment. You know, it can be awkward. It can be awkward, but maybe they do have the conversations. You don't know, you know, behind closed doors.
Yeah, because obviously we only see an hour of each week, so we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, like you say.
Yeah, that's true.
The next two are probably the most controversial two at the minute, probably because of what's happened between April and George.
April. Oh yeah, April and George. Sorry, I was thinking Whitney in my head, and I was like, George and Whitney. Yes, April and George. Yeah, they're such a stunning couple, aren't they? They just look so well suited. You'd expect those two to be the like next Adam and Taya.
Yeah, I think because obviously you, Marilyse, yourself have kids, and that was a big thing for you with the experiment. And George told April on his wedding day that he has two. No, I think he had four. I think one of them was about 20, but then I think he had three. I think he had three girls who were still school age. So I think that'll be a big thing for him, won't it? Hoping that April.
Yeah, I mean that's a big thing. Even if you're doing Married at First Sight or you're meeting somebody on a dating site, revealing to them that you've got 4 children is a big deal, isn't it? Like you don't know if they're put off by it or whether they're going to embrace it and be amazing about it. So it is for him very nerve-wracking, I think, to taking the risk of going on the show and meeting someone and having to obviously tell them that. And hopefully they're going to take it well and be great with the situation.
Which I think April has really, hasn't she?
Yeah, she did. And do you know what I liked about her when she sat down at the wedding and she said to him, you know, you've got 3 girls, which means that you are going to be, an amazing partner because you'll want the best for your girls and you're not going to treat women in a good way. And I remember when I had to tell Frankie that I had kids, you know, I didn't know whether he had kids or not. And I remember, so when they were telling each other and he was telling her, April, that he had 4 kids, it really brought back memories from when I was stood there having to tell Frankie that I had 2 kids. And then seeing their reaction, oh God, I can remember it so well.
Did you tell Frankie on your wedding day?
Yeah, it was filmed, and I just said to him, so do you have children? And he was like, no, I don't have kids. And I was like, oh, oh shit. And then he was like, have you? And I was like, yeah, two boys. But then you think, well, surely you'd expect me to have kids, like, because I'm in my late 30s, like, because he was quite shocked, I think, at first. Oh no, he wasn't bad. He wasn't that bad.
I think with Frankie's age, well, you were probably going in expecting him to have kids.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he hasn't got kids. Like,
Yeah.
does that mean he wants kids? Like,
yeah.
So that was kind of our topic, was kids.
I think it's one you've sort of got to mention on the wedding day, because I feel if you don't, then it's probably because then they might start to think, well, why wasn't I told on the wedding day? So I think it's probably one of the things that it's probably a tough thing to admit, but it's probably good to get out of the way early.
It's something that's obviously very important to you, so you've got to be upfront and honest about it. And if they don't like it, you know what they can do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think it was good what April said, that probably because he has girls, he knows how to treat a woman correctly.
Yeah, and I liked that. I thought that is so true, and you could see it was so like genuine. The conversation was so genuine between them. Yeah.
There is probably one thing though which we have to mention, which has caused the biggest row between them, which is a hot tub incident. What's your take on it, Marilyse?
Oh God. I'm a bit mixed about this one, if I'm honest, because I don't know, like, girls kiss girls all the time. It's totally quite a normal thing to do. But it just depends in how much, like, do you know what I mean? If it was a truth or dare, if it was full on, or was it a peck? And also for George, bless him, he is quite sensitive, and I think he was upset because obviously he just married this girl, they're on a honeymoon, he didn't expect her to go off and do something like that. So I kind of get both their views. I get April's view that, you know what, it was nothing, I wouldn't have told you about it if I thought it was. And then he obviously was upset about it. So I kind of get them both. I'm 50-50 with that one.
And I think if he's sort of, because I think he said stuff about he's been hurt before, and if he's had something like that before, it's probably.
And who knows? He could have had an ex-girlfriend that went off with another girl. You don't know that, do you?
Yeah, so it could have been anything. But I think, in my opinion, I think he sort of overreacted a little bit, because maybe if it was a day, he should have maybe just told April that wasn't right, but it was only a day, so I'm not gonna cause a fuss about it.
I think maybe he probably just thought too quickly about how he felt, and obviously you can't hide your feelings sometimes, can you? So he reacted to how he was feeling rather than thinking about it first and thinking, well, actually maybe I shouldn't like get too upset about it. But everybody's different, aren't they?
And what they could have maybe done was they could have maybe had a word with each other before the first dinner party and just basically said to each other, right, this has happened, we're going to cut it out now, we won't mention it to anybody.
Yeah. But I think once you tell one person, though, it goes around like Chinese whispers around that dinner table.
Because when we were watching it on Wednesday night, the dinner party, we were just laughing when Thomas said something about no one else apart from George in this room knows, and everybody else at the table was just talking about it in little different groups.
Yeah, I know. It was funny, actually. It was entertaining, that dinner party. It was,
I really think they could work, because I think they're well matched, and I think if they get over that, it will be positive for them. Yeah,
I agree. I think they're very well matched, and I think she took the whole children situation, like that he's got kids, really well, and I think they probably will have a bumpy ride, but I think that nothing comes easy, does it?
Yeah, so, certainly.
Yeah.
Next, well, you know why I've saved this one till last.
Whitney and Duca.
Whitney and Duca, what are your thoughts on them?
You know what? They're so entertaining. I'm sorry, but it might be sometimes awkward or hard to watch, but it's definitely pure entertainment watching those guys. I think Whitney, like, I can't even think what I'm trying to say. I think last night showed pure from her that she literally did not want to be there. She was very upset. You could see that. And then I think Duca really stood his ground and was like, well, actually, I'm not going to give up on you and I want to try. So, and I think that was good to see. And I think maybe that will prove to her that actually this guy is a bit more than what I think he is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's a hard one because I think she is causing a bit more drama than I think she's trying to cause drama a little bit, and I think she's got a lot of barriers up. But I don't think
she has. You can see she's very fragile. I'd say definitely fragile girl, and I think maybe Duca is trying to understand, but she's not opening up to him. This is how I see it, and I don't think she knows how to open up to him, and she doesn't. I don't think she trusts him enough to open up to him. But you can see that he's standing firm to try and be there for her. And I think at the dinner party when she was upset, and I loved the way he turned to her and said to her 2 or 3 times, I am here for you. I'm here for you. Remember, I got you back. And I just thought that's really nice. That's really nice. But how long can he go on like that for? He's like really trying, but you can see that he's not happy because obviously it doesn't look like it's much fun for him. How long can he carry on like that for?
Because I don't think she's really giving him a chance. Like you say, he's making sure he's been there for her. But I think almost on the wedding day, she's shown a bit of disrespect towards him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The wedding day wasn't great. I wasn't impressed by the wedding day. I was like, this is savage. I thought Nikita's was bad. But I think she's getting her softer. I do think you're seeing a softer side to her as it goes on, and it's a bit like Frankie. Really, people thought Frankie was real, whatever, and then he softened up. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this week with the Duca and Whitney. Actually, won't it? To see whether she wants to stay in things.
Because I think this week is make or break for them. I think this week they'll either she'll maybe choose to give it a go and then see how things pan out. But I think if that's not the case, she's not going to hang about. She will go if
and he could go as well. He could be like, I don't want to hang about.
Yeah, because that would mean he'd be single, wouldn't it?
Yeah. He wouldn't be able to. He wouldn't be able to stay if she left. He'd have to go as well. I don't know. Actually, maybe he would be able to stay. I don't know.
So it's certainly going to be an interesting next week for them too.
Yeah.
We've spoken about all the couples now. One thing I do want to ask, do you think there could be room for any affairs this year?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's early days. It's only been a week or two. We've got a few more weeks of it to watch. There's definitely going to be an affair. I mean, I don't know that, but I think there might be.
Because we didn't get too much last year, did we? I think there was something at the beginning with Ant.
Last year.
Was it Alexis or?
Oh no, Ant.
Oh no,
Megan and Bob.
Oh, it was Jordan. Sorry, wasn't it?
Oh, Jordan. Yeah, Jordan and Megan. Yeah.
Jordan and Megan. Yeah, that was.
Kiss. That was quite innocent, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get more than that. Who knows?
Yeah. Because then Ant and Alexis got together from there
on.
But on the Australian series, it's renowned for affairs. So maybe we'll see some of that.
Yeah, I do think we will. Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, a bit more drama. Yeah.
Last year I was like, oh no, why would anyone do that? But this year, because I'm watching it from an outsider. I hope there's an affair.
Yeah, but for the drama purposes.
Yes.
So we've next week coming up this week, probably by the time this is going up, speaking, our couples have moved in with each other. How hard do you think that's going to get for them?
Oh yeah, because they've done it a different order to us. We actually moved in before the first dinner party and commitment ceremony. We went straight from the moon, moving in. I don't think they've done that. So yeah, like literally, they're going to be in an enclosed apartment together, 24/7. And yeah, I think it's going to get tense between some of them. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, probably the majority of them.
Then we'll have tasks. As well, won't we? That come
I think we had Yes Week, and what else did we have? Yes Week, and I can't remember now, but yes, I think they'll probably, if they have Yes Week, then they'll have to do what the other person says.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
I we, I don't know if it's still the same, but I imagine it will be. Was it Brighton that the
yeah, we
apart?
were in Brighton.
Yeah, is that the case this year? Or
No, I think they're in
yeah,
London somewhere this
yeah. It
year.
looks, especially with the dinner party last night. That looked
Yeah, I
that
think it was
looked,
right in the mix.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, look, in fact, I'm really jealous, like where they had
yeah.
theirs. Like you walk out, and I think there's the what do you call it? Is it the Millennium Dome or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It looked lovely where they were the other night. To be honest,
yeah, it did. Yeah, the honeymoons looked amazing as
yeah,
well, didn't they? None of them went to the
yeah,
latest trip this year, did they?
yeah. I know. Yeah,
I swear they owe me a holiday.
yeah. Because some people getting really lucky, don't they? But then others aren't so lucky. Maybe get sent to somewhere not so fantastic.
Yeah, well, we were the only couple that got sent to the UK.
Yeah, yeah. I think maybe they do owe you a
They
holiday.
do. They definitely
Yeah,
owe me a honeymoon. I'll
yeah,
go on my own. They'd have to take
yeah.
any.
So finally, Marilyse, the final question I want to ask is: out of all them couples, who do you think is going to make it to the final?
Okay, how many can I choose?
As many as you like, really.
Okay, I
I think
reckon
an obvious one will be Shanita and Jordan.
Shanita and Jordan. Yes, I do. I think Thomas and Adrian. No, I don't. I think Zoe and Jenna. Yes.
Yeah,
Um, I think. Oh God, the others. Do you know what? I don't really think. I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised. Is that bad?
I think it's hard because I think there's a lot of people I've got to get over things
Yeah.
before we can think of them getting to the final. I think Shanita and Jordan are probably the most obvious
Yeah.
one at the minute, and Zoe and Jenna could have.
Yeah. And then who do I think's third? Got to come up with a couple. Um, maybe. Oh yeah, of course, George and April.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're fair choices, and that brings us to a conclusion. So thank you, Marilyse, for coming on to chat again. It's been
Welcome. I loved it.
fantastic.
I loved it. Thank you.